characters, incidents, names, and situations used in this story are fictitious. The resemblance to any person living or dead is purely coincidental. The following video contains some horror elements and suitable for a mature audience, 16 plus. This channel and video is not for kids.
Hello friends, I am Aryan and welcome to our channel Midnight Horror Stories, where you get to hear true and scary ghost stories. But before starting the story, all the friends who have come to this channel for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like the story, then definitely introduce yourself in the comment section. Then let's not take much time and start our story quickly. Today I am going to tell you a very scary story of a girl studying in college. The name of that girl is Kashish, and Kashish has shared this story with me very scared. Because after the incident that happened with Kashish, she went into a lot of depression, and for a long time she could not get out of that accident. And it often happens when such supernatural or demonic powers take over her with someone. And when the influence of that demonic power is removed after a long time, then the human being does not have that previous body. And it takes a long time for him to recover from all those things. The reason for this is because in the time when those external forces control over them, then they run their body according to their own, and they behave badly with their own special relatives. Now he's an evil spirit, but because they have a body, people feel that they are doing it by themselves. But when all this is done, and when all this thing comes in front of them, then they start thinking a lot about how I can make such a big mistake. And the same happened with Kashish, because he also came under the influence of that demonic power and harmed his own family and his brother, because of which he went into a lot of depression. But the good thing is that her family members supported her fully. And when she emerged from those things, a friend of hers was also with her, who had gone through all these things before. And today it has been almost a year, and she has started studying again and is trying to live a normal life. But it was very difficult to get back the pull that was there before that accident. So what happened to Kashish? Today I share the same incident with you as I have been shared by Kashish. So this is the story of Kashish. She had just started going to college, and going there she started making a lot of new friends. Naive and innocent looking, Kashish was also liked by her friends, and she quickly got along with everyone. He had his younger sister Mamta and an elder brother Naveen. Mother Rakhi and father Kabir both worked, but the three children were quite intelligent, due to which they were very comfortable. Kashish used to come from college and cook food so that her mother would be comfortable. At the same time, Naveen, who used to work, used to bring vegetables etc. while coming. At the same time, all the night work was done by the three siblings together. All in all, the family was very happy. Days were passing like this when Kashish's birthday came. Some of Kashish's close friends insisted on coming to his house on his birthday day and celebrating his birthday. Then Kashish asked his parents about this. They also agreed. On the birthday day, Kashish's friends Dinesh, Ravi, Kajal, Sushma and some other friends brought a cake for him. His parents had ordered good food for all of them, and after cutting the cake in the evening, they all gave Kashish his birthday gift and went away after eating and drinking. But no one here had written his name on the gift, because he did not want which gift to whom. A single wo Kashish ko pata chale. Kashish had received a lot of gifts, due to which she was very happy. She opened all the presents one by one. Some had suits, some had makeup items, some had books. But one gift that he liked very much was a cute soft toy. It was a very cute Labubu soft toy, and Kashish also loved soft toys. She picked up the toy and brought it to her room and slept with it that night. Friends, let me tell you one thing here. Labubu doll is a very expensive doll, and it is being liked a lot among people nowadays. Well, the next morning, Kashish woke up very late. She had never slept like this before, but today I don't know what happened to her. She didn't pay much attention to it because she was also a human being and humans make mistakes. Kashish got ready and left for college. She was laughing as usual, and everyone asked her how she felt the gift. Kashish said that he liked everything very much, and especially those dolls are so big and beautiful. His eyes. It was a very innocent doll. It must have come expensive, right? Then his friend said that friendship is not seen to be expensive cheap. When her birthday comes, she can give them something like that. Kashish smiled lightly at this. Everything was going perfectly. But now what was going to happen to Kashish was not even in his dream. Kashish came back home from college and got on to her work. Meanwhile, when she went to her room, her eyes fell on that Labubu doll. Seeing him, she came to him and started playing with him. While playing with him, Kashish didn't know the time. Even her parents were here today, but Kashish was still playing with him. Kashish often cooked until this time, but today she didn't do anything. Seeing this, when her mother went to her room, she saw that Kashish was playing with that doll. She patted Kashish's head lovingly and said, "You seem to like this doll very much. Do one thing, you play with it. I'll go and cook food." Hearing this, when Kashish looked at the mobile, she found that it had been 2-3 hours till now. She was surprised to see how long she had been playing with that doll. She told her mother that she would just cook the food, but her mother refused and started cooking herself. Kashish thought she had been playing like this for just 5-7 minutes. But little did she know that it had been so long. She was very surprised about this. She also talked to her parents about it. Then he told her she was so absorbed in playing with him that perhaps she did not know the time. Kashish also got this right, and then he also did not pay attention to it. All those people ate and drank and slept. At the same time, Kashish fell asleep after a while. The next morning when Kashish woke up, he found that she was not at her house, but inside the bushes. Seeing this, she got up at once and looked around her in astonishment. There were trees around him. He didn't know where she was or how she got here. As far as she could remember, she was sleeping in her room. Seeing all this, she felt that it was not her dream. So she tried to pick herself up by hitting her nails, but it was of no avail because it was not a dream, but a reality. Kashish was not that old, and on top of that she had come here suddenly. Seeing all this, she was very scared. So she immediately got up from her seat and started going out of there timidly. It was a park where people came for a walk in the morning. Kashish was walking out of the place nervously in pajamas and t-shirt. During this time, some people caught sight of him. Looking at him, it was evident that Kashish had just woken up. Kashish was feeling very strange from the way everyone was looking at him. She rolled her eyes and hurried away. The good thing here was that she was well acquainted with the place she was in. It was the park in her colony that made her reach home early. On the other hand, her parents were very upset after not finding their daughter in the house in the morning. They found him all over the house, but she could not find him anywhere. At the same time, Kashish saw them coming from outside. Seeing him safe, they all came to life. Then her mother asked her where she had left in the morning. That too without telling. Then Kashish told them everything. Hearing all this, her family members were very nervous. Then his father said, "It is not that she has a sleep disorder. If so, you have to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, I don't know where it will go out while sleeping at night." Her mother also felt right about this, and she had thought that Kashish would be shown to a doctor in a few days. Everyone calmed Kashish, and now she was completely calm. She got ready and went to college as usual, but it was still spinning in her mind how she had come to that strange place in the morning. Due to all this, she was not able to concentrate in studies, and even today, she was not playing laughing as usual. Then her friend Kajal asked her the reason for this. She didn't want to tell anyone about it at the moment, so she feigned headaches and came back home after college. When she came home, she went about her usual work, and when she slept tonight, the next morning,
She again found herself in an unknown place. Kashish was very nervous about all this. She got up from her seat and slowly started moving forward. When she moved a little further, she was surprised to see the surrounding view as she was inside a crematorium. Kashish ran ahead of the scene in fear. Yesterday she was still in the park near her house, but today he had come out of his house a long way, so much though that he couldn't even find a way. Seeing all this, Kashish started crying. Then, in the morning, a person delivering the newspaper saw Kashish crying like this, so he asked Kashish the reason for this. By the way, Kashish knew that one should not talk to an unknown person, but the trouble she was in at this time, she needed help from someone. So he asked for the man's phone, and the person gave it, and then Kashish called his house, and he said that he is in this unknown place and come and take him. Then the person selling the newspaper told him the address of that place, and after getting that address, his father brought him back. When Kashish came home, she started crying badly. His mother calmed him down, and his father said that today let's take him to a doctor. Everyone felt right about this, and they all took him to the doctor the same day. When the doctor examined him, he found the attraction normal. But because it was a daily affair, the doctor felt that it might not have those symptoms, so he prescribed medicine for Kashish. Now his family was sure that nothing like this would happen anymore, but still they did not want to take the risk on their behalf. So he locked the gate and slept with the key with him. The same night, Kashish also took medicine and slept with the doll. That night, his mother was woken up by the sound of tiredness. Hearing that voice, they thought that there was no thief anywhere. Thinking of this, she woke up her husband. Both husbands picked up the stick and started moving in the direction of that sound. Meanwhile, Kabirji said in a stern voice, "Who is there?" Hearing his voice, there was complete peace. The tired sounds stopped. There was a strange chill in the air. Realizing this, Rakiji started feeling a little scared, but still they moved forward like husband and wife. The sound was coming from the door going out, and when both of them reached there, they saw that Kashish was standing near the door, and during this time there was a stone in her hand. Seeing this, it did not take long for both of them to understand that Kashish must have had a stroke of walking back in sleep, and hence she is doing all this in her sleep. They took the stone from Kashish's hand. During this, Kashish gave the stone without any attack. Then Kabirji's eyes fell on Kashish's face, on which there was a very flat expression. At this time, Kashish looked much more terrifying. But Kabirji handled himself and sprinkled water on Kashish's mouth. Kashish came to her senses after sprinkling water and started looking around in astonishment. Her parents took her to her room. After a while, she fell asleep again, but this night her parents stayed there. The next morning, Kashish went to college dressed as usual and went there to know that her college had planned a trip for the children of her class in which they were going to Rajasthan. Kashish wanted to go, but her sleepwalking habit had gripped her. Because when she is going out somewhere while sleeping here, she does not know where she will disappear. Thinking of this, he refused to go. Her friends were very surprised to hear this because Kashish loved to roam. And now she was refusing it, so they all tried hard to convince her. Kashish also had a great desire to go, so he thought of talking to his parents about it once. Her parents also wanted her to go there and go to a new place to know more about it. So he said if everything goes well for the next 2-3 days, she can leave. Kashish started praying to God about this, and it was the effect of her prayer, or something else, that Kashish was perfect that night. Kashish was very happy with all this. His parents thought it might have been the effect of those medicines. That's why he said that let's meet the doctor once, today. Then let's talk about it. Kashish also felt right about this, and then on the same day he met the doctor again and told him about this. Then the doctor said that he should continue this medicine, and after a month he met him. Within 1 month, Kashish's disease may be completely cured, and if she continues to take medicines like this, then she will not have such seizures right now. Kashish was very happy to hear all this, and on the same day she said yes to her friends for a trip to Rajasthan. Those people now started planning the trip and started shopping for all the necessary items for the trip. About 2 or 3 days had passed, but Kashish had not yet suffered these seizures. Because of this, Kashish was completely sure that this would not happen to her again, but she was still taking medication. Well, at the appointed time, his college bus left for Rajasthan. All of them had a lot of fun in the bus, and after a long journey of several hours, they reached Rajasthan. There he checked into a hotel. Now, because everyone was very tired after such a long journey, everyone was asked to rest that night. Everyone ate and slept. Many boys and girls were accommodated in one room. Kashish was staying in a room with some girls. Kashish got along with all those girls because of her nature, while her friend Sushma was sitting in a corner as usual. She was absorbing Kashish's behavior. She had been noticing for a long time that Sushma did not speak much, but yes, she listens to him with rapt attention. He found this very strange, and that night he asked Sushma about it in conversation. Hearing all this, Sushma said, "Yes, I like the way you talk, so I try to copy it, but I can't do that. You're really cool. Just never change." Kashish said, "You always come first in class, while I bring passing marks. All the teachers praise you, so you are cool, are you not? Look, we're all doing our best. What is in you is not in me. You take your own accord, I will take my own course, and that's what makes us all different." Sushma smiled lightly at this. Perhaps she also agreed with Kashish's point. After talking for a while, all the girls fell asleep, but late at night the eyes opened due to the strange sound of Kajal sleeping with them. They opened their eyes. He saw someone opening the door and coming out. She was very surprised to see this. She didn't know who was going out so late at night. She thought of chasing him. She came out of her room and followed the girl. The girl came out of her room and started walking out of the hotel. Seeing this, Kajal felt very strange because it was not right to go out like this without telling anyone so late at night, and that was an unknown place. So she ran to the girl, and when she came to her, she saw that this girl was none other than Kashish. Kashish had flat patches on his face. Seeing this, Kajal got very nervous. But then the next moment she shook Kashish and said, "Kashish went so late at night, where are you going out?" Due to his shaking, suddenly Kashish got a shock and she looked around in amazement and said, "Where have I come?" Hearing this, Kajal said, "You were going out of the hotel. That's when I stopped you. Where were you going all night?" Then Kashish told him everything. Hearing this, Kajal said, "If this was the case, then you should not have come here. It could have been very dangerous for you. I saw you go. If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't have known where you would have gone." Kashish then told her that she was absolutely fine, but I don't know how it came back all of a sudden, but as long as she's here, she'll take care of that. After this, both of them returned to the hotel. After coming back, Kajal fell asleep, but Kashish had lost sleep. She was afraid that if she started walking in sleep again, she did not know what would happen to her. Thinking of all this, he decided to stay awake all night. After some time, she was feeling sleepy, but she still did not sleep. The next morning, all the children woke up with a fresh mind, but due to tension, Kashish did not sleep. He didn't even tell his parents about it because they would have worried. After breakfast the same day, all the children returned to the bus and left for Rajasthan. Where everyone was having fun, Kashish was quite silent. Seeing her in this way, her friend Anish asked her the reason. Now, before Kashish could say anything, Kajal told him everything. Hearing this, everyone said that he should not be upset at all. She is with him, he just enjoys comfortably. And as far as walking at night is concerned, one of us will take care of you every hour so that you don't go too far in your sleep. Kashish refused a lot for this, but they did not agree.
Because they were his friends. After roaming all over the place that day, Kashish slept comfortably at night, and when she opened her eyes in the morning, she did not know where she found herself. Seeing this, Kashish cried a lot because she had gone missing in an unknown place and she had neither money nor mobile phone so that she could inform them. At the same time, there was a lot of pain in his legs. He tried to find out from the people around the hotel where he was staying, but they said there was no such hotel. Then Kashish asked him the address of that place. Then after hearing what he knew, the ground slipped under his feet. Kashish was not in the city where they were staying, and even today is a day later, meaning Kashish has been sleeping for a day continuously. Thinking of all this, Kashish got very nervous. He did not know what to do now. He took the phone from them and called his college teacher and told them the whole thing. Then they scolded Kashish at first, because if there was such a thing, if she had told everyone, then she could have done something, or she would not have come. On top of that, one of Kashish's friends tried to stop her on the night she disappeared, but she attacked them and fled from there. Kashish was shocked to hear this because he did not remember anything like this. But Kashish still apologized to all of them for this and said that she would go home by bus. But he said that it is an unknown city and they are responsible for its security, so he stayed at the same place for some time and they are coming there with a bus. Kashish agreed to this, and then the next moment they left from there. By evening they were back to Kashish. Kashish had not eaten anything, due to which he was feeling very hungry, but he did not have money. As soon as Kashish reached there, his teacher scolded him again, and then Kashish sat in the bus. Everyone was looking at him with very strange eyes today. During this time, his eyes fell on his friends, of whom Ravi's head was broken. He was very nervous when he saw Kashish. Kashish also tried to inquire about her well-being, but he did not seem to be in a position to say anything. Sushma gave Kashish water and some chips because she probably knew that Kashish had not eaten anything. Where all the people were afraid of Kashish, at the same time, Sushma remained absolutely normal. Sometimes it happens, but there's nothing to be afraid of. It'll be all right. Go home and treat yourself well. Kashish shook her head in the affirmative, and with that she started walking again. Earlier, where there was so much movement in the bus, today there was complete silence in the bus. Kajal was sitting behind Kashish's seat and she said to him in a low voice, "Don't you remember what you did? It didn't look like you were asleep, but it was as if you were possessed by your witch." Hearing all this, Kashish got very nervous and asked him what he had done. Then he told me that you were sleeping that night. Kajal then tells him about the incident that took place last night, which I tell you in my own words. Kashish and the other girls were sleeping comfortably when Kashish suddenly woke up late in the night and started going outside. During this time, his friend Shashank was walking outside the corridor. He was walking there guarding Kashish. Seeing Kashish coming there, he said to him, "Well, you have already got a problem. Come on, I'll wake you up. Then you go to your room." He was about to slap him when Kashish gave him a hard slap. The slap was so strong that butterflies started dancing in front of Ravi's eyes. For a while he wasn't convinced, but then the next moment he shook his seat and said, "Kashish, what has happened to you? Let's get up early." But there was a terrible expression on Kashish's face. A terrible affection floated across her face. But she didn't say anything. She stared at Ravi like this for some time, but then the next moment, he stretched out one of his hands and grabbed Ravi's neck and hung him 2 feet up in the air. A slim girl like Kashish had held a stubborn person like Ravi in such a way. Ravi tried hard to free himself from his grip, but Kashish's grip on him was much stronger, and with each passing time, his grip on his neck was getting stronger. At the same time, Sushma came out of the room after hearing the voice. When he saw this scene with his own eyes, he could not believe that Kashish was doing this. He called out to Kashish. Hearing the voice, Kashish turned towards him. She gave Sushma a crisp smile and then she hit Ravi against the wall and ran away from there. Sushma tried hard to stop her, but she jumped like a cheetah and ran away from there. And with this, Kajal completed her talk. Hearing all this, Kashish was very nervous. He asked Sushma, "You were there that night. So tell me, did I really do it?" Then Sushma said, "Look, I understand your mental state and that's why I did not tell you anything, because I knew you were not conscious at that time. But now you are conscious and it is not right to tell you such a big thing. We are going home from here right now. You get a good rest there and get well." Beyond this, Kashish did not say anything. He did not remember what he had done, but he could not believe what he had heard with his own ears. After a while, when she talked about this with Ravi, Ravi also told the same thing, and perhaps this was the reason that Ravi was afraid of her as soon as she boarded the bus. Kashish apologized to him for his actions and went back to his seat. After a while, he said to Sushma, "You go and sit a little away from me, otherwise I won't harm you too." Hearing this, Sushma said, "Nothing like this will happen. You were not conscious at the time, that's why it happened. But right now you are fully conscious. Don't think about it and try to be normal. Everything will be fine." Sushma stood by him in this hour of trouble. Everyone was afraid of him. After several hours of travel, they came back to the city and then all went home. During this time, the teacher also came to Kashish's house and talked to his parents about this and told them not to send him to college until Kashish was corrected. "We and the children, you can't mess with your life." Her parents agreed to this and now Kashish started living at home. Because of all this, Kashish, who always laughed, was silenced. His friends were always talking to him. They also distanced themselves from him. Sushma was there with him even at such a time. She would come to Kashish's house in the evening after college and give her notes so that she would be able to study easily. This process of Kashish walking in his sleep was still going on. But the strange thing happened here where Kashish had harmed Ravi earlier. Over there she wasn't harming anyone in the house. After a month of medication, when Kashish did not sleep for a long time, then she started going to college again. But here they were still scared to see her. Kashish tried hard to convince them that she was completely cured now. But those people did not agree. And this kind of behavior of people was troubling Kashish a lot. However, he was still friends with Sushma, but Sushma mostly focused on her studies. Due to which Kashish started feeling a little bad. Then she also thought that now she would also focus more on studies. Thinking of all this, Kashish started reading more than before. But it didn't happen the way Kashish wanted. Every time she sat down to read, her head would feel heavy. Now you might be thinking that this happens to everyone. Everyone shies away from studying, but that was not the case here. This trouble with Kashish had started recently. Due to this, Kashish would leave studies and lie down on the bed. Kashish was crying at the sight of the Labubu doll on her bed because how many of her friends had given him on her birthday. She had lovingly given her the doll and now no one was with her except this doll. Kashish held the doll and started crying. But then suddenly she heard a sweet voice. "Why are you crying? Your friends may have gone, but I am also your friend. You can talk to me the same way." Hearing this, Kashish looked at the doll in astonishment. She could not believe that where this voice was coming from. But it seemed to her that as if this voice came from this doll. So she was looking at him in astonishment when suddenly she saw a cute girl. The voice came again. "Why am I so surprised? That's me. I am also your friend, and even if your friends have left you, I will not leave you." Kashish was still struggling with loneliness, and she felt that maybe this is why she feels that this doll is talking to her. She held the doll and started crying loudly and said, "Why is this happening to me? At first everything was fine. So how did all of a sudden this all happen?" Then the doll said, "Your friends
Are not your friends. There were a lot of selfish people who left you when there was a little trouble. So take my word for it. Be friends with me. I will never leave you." Kashish felt that it was his fault. So she said, "If that's the case, I'm willing to be friends with you. Just don't leave me like everyone else." Then he looked at the doll again. Her innocent face, her large eyes seemed to attract her. She stared at the doll for a moment and didn't know how long she stared like this. Suddenly, she heard Sushma's voice, due to which she came to her senses. Sushma started talking to him, but then at the same time, Kashish heard the same voice in his mind. "This girl is very mean. Get it out of here right now. It's all because of that." Kashish was very surprised to hear this. He felt that it was a matter of his mind, so he ignored it. But the next moment, he heard the voice again. "This girl did all that with you that night. Get it out of here right now. It's here to do something again." Hearing all this, Kashish is enough. I was more surprised. But then the next moment, he remembered that Sushma was also there when all this had happened to him that night, and she had remained normal despite knowing everything. After this, his suspicion deepened that Sushma has a hand in all this. She's probably jealous of him. That's why it's doing it. But she couldn't say it directly. So he said, "My head hurts a little. I have to take some rest. Now you go away." Sushma felt a little bad when she heard this, but when she herself does not want him to stay there, then she will be there. What would I do when I stopped? So he also left from there. After he left, the doll said to him again, "I am attached to your mind, and I know your good and bad very well. In fact, I am an angel who has come for you. So trust me." Kashish agreed to this, and now she started spending more and more time with that doll. Now she did not go out of her room much, nor did the rest of the household chores. And after doing all this, the month passed and they went to the doctor again with Kashish. All the talk after knowing this, the doctor prescribed him medicine again. At the same time, the voice of that same doll echoed in his mind again. "This is a quack doctor. It just wants to eat money and nothing else. That's why he is prescribing unnecessary medicines. Don't take it at all." I don't know what was there in this voice that Kashish could not stop her from obeying him. So he told his father to go from here because I am absolutely fine now. I don't have any problem whatsoever. The doctor said, "You haven't fully recovered yet. Therefore, you'd better take medication." Hearing all this, Kashish did not know what happened that she grabbed the doctor's girdle and said, "I know people like you very well. You doctors are selling more and more of your medicines to everyone for free money. If you want, take this medicine yourself." Seeing all this, Kabirji somehow rescued the doctor from the pull and apologized to him and came out with him. He did not expect Kashish to do something like this. He wanted to talk to her about it, but Rakhiji, then it was stopped. After all this, both husband and wife left Kashish for college. Kashish was in class, but she was not there even though she was there. During this time, a teacher asked him something, but due to lack of attention, she ignored them, after which he came to him and repeated the same question to him in a stern voice. Kashish's mind was now back in class, but he didn't know the answer. That's why he apologized for it. Then he told her that she should concentrate a little more in studies, only then she can pass with good marks. Kashish shook her head in the affirmative, and then the teacher started teaching again. That was the way it was the whole time. At first, she was upset with everyone's behavior. Today, she was not only bothered by anyone, but she was also smiling alone in between. Sometimes they talked to themselves. Seeing all this, Sushma felt very strange, and she came home the same evening and told her family about it. Rakhiji was very nervous after hearing all this, because Kashish's behavior had changed a lot now. She used to sit in her room for hours now, and the sound of her talking came from her room. Then Rakhiji said to Kabirji, "I feel that our daughter is under the shadow of a witch, etc. So we should talk to a tantric about this." The way she was now behaving, aise Kabirji also felt the same, and so he asked his friends and relatives to find out a tantric as soon as possible. At the same time, Kashish was sitting in the room with that doll. The doll said to him, "Your parents are also your enemies. They are looking for someone to kill you. That's why you get a chance, they have to be killed." Kashish shook her head in the affirmative, and now she started waiting for midnight. Late at night, when everyone was asleep, Kashish came out of her room and went straight to the kitchen. When she came there, she picked up a knife and started walking towards her parents' room. Let me tell you one thing here. Kashish's parents used to sleep with the door of the room open, and Kashish was about to kill her parents in their sleep. But here, fate had something else in mind. Kashish was going to her parents' room with a knife. At the same time, her younger sister Mamta started going to the bathroom, and during this, she turned on the light outside. When the light came on, she screamed loudly when she saw her sister going towards her parents' room. "Sister, why are you standing outside Mummy and Daddy's room with this knife?" Mamta's voice echoed violently because of the silence of the night, due to which her parents and brother also got up. Seeing this, Kashish got very angry and ran after Mamta with a knife to kill her. Seeing this, Mamta started screaming in fear and running away from him. Kashish had blood on her head and she was thirsty for Mamta's blood. Meanwhile, Karna came out of his room, and seeing all this in front of him, at first he thought that the two sisters were fighting as usual. But then the next moment, seeing a knife in Kashish's hands, he started stopping him. By now, her parents had also come out and Mamta came running to them and hid behind Rakiji. Despite this, Kashish tried to attack her. But then Naveen grabbed her hand and said in a loud voice, "Has she gone mad? Will you kill your little sister?" Hearing this, Kashish looked at him with angry tears. I started looking at him. And before Naveen could say anything more to her, Kashish grabbed her neck and was about to bite her neck. But then Kabirji and Rakhiji together caught him and locked him in the room. Mamta was very nervous about all this and she started crying. Her mother calmed her down and said to Kabirji, "The matter is out of our hands now. The witch may have completely taken over our attraction. Have you found a tantric?" Then Kabirji said in a desperate tone, "I have talked to everyone but no one has met, and I don't know for how long you will get it. I will do one thing. Tomorrow I'll bring a priest from a temple and conduct a havan in the house. Maybe that will make everything alright." Rakhiji also agreed to this, and now the whole family was spending the night like that. During this time, the sounds of Kashish's screaming kept coming from inside the room. The next day, Kabirji brought a pandit from a nearby temple. He told them the whole thing and asked them to come and do havan, etc. and do not tell this to anyone outside. To this, the pandit agreed. After this, when a havan was performed in that house, there was a lot of disturbance at the time of havan. Ever, the luggage would fall, sometimes something else, the fire of the havan was coming down every 2 or 3 minutes. Despite all this, somehow he completed that havan. And after the havan, that pandit said, "See, whatever happened now, you all had seen it. And there is some strange energy in the air here which is not right. Perhaps there is demonic force in your home and your daughter will not recover until it is removed. There is a teacher who can help you with this. I will talk to him about it and he'll get back to you as soon as possible." After all this, Panditji left from there, and now Kabirji hoped that soon his daughter would be cured. Today, all the people of the house had taken leave, and now the whole family was sitting like this. Kashish was also imprisoned in the room since last night. She hadn't eaten anything since yesterday, and now she had calmed down crying. It was evening by now, and they decided to open the door and give Kashish something to eat. They were talking about this when Sushma came there. Kashish did not come to college today, and while today was a very important test, so Sushma came home to ask about him. But here she was hearing a different story. Sushma felt something was wrong from the beginning, but something like this will happen to Kashish. He had not even dreamed of this. They were talking about all this when Mamta said, "Didi has not eaten anything since yesterday, and now she's not even saying anything." Nothing happened to them. Then they all decided to open the door and give food to Kashish. Rakhiji took out some food in a plate and then put spoons etc. in the plate, and they all came to Kashish's room. Kashish, unconscious. She was lying on the bed. Seeing him like this, Rakhiji could not handle herself and ran to him. On seeing her mother, Kashish burst into tears. Now Kashish looked perfectly normal. So now everyone came and sat down beside him and started talking to him. Seeing Kashish normal at the moment, Sushma felt a little strange, because where she was thirsty for everyone's blood till some time ago, how can she be completely normal now? Thinking of all this, he asked Kashish, "By the way, who do you talk to? I saw you smiling and laughing at me. Sometimes you spoke too slowly." Hearing this, Kashish stared at him. But the next moment she said, "I don't remember anything like that." Hearing this, Sushma said, "You are saying that you do not remember, but you are telling that you went to college? What happened yesterday, you remember it all. But I don't remember anything else. How can this be?" Hearing this, everyone started looking at Kashish's face. Kashish was silent for some time, and then the next moment she got up from her seat and said, "I know that you are my enemies. You guys kill me. You want to do it, but I won't let it happen. Before that, I'm going to kill you all." Hearing this, all those people panicked, and Karna came forward to stop him. But at the same time, Kashish took a forked spoon from that plate and stabbed Karna in the stomach. All of them panicked and came forward to save Naveen. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Kashish pushed Naveen on top of all of them and ran out of there. He came out and opened the door, and no one knew what Kashish was doing now. All those people take care of Naveen,
engaged. Then Sushma said, "We have to get out of here somehow, otherwise you don't know what to do. She is thirsty for the blood of all of us. Is there any way out of this room?" Then Kabirji said, "This is the only door to get out of this room. There is a lattice window at the back with an iron grill on top, so it is difficult to get out of here." They were all thinking about this when suddenly Kabirji's phone rang. On the other side of the phone was Panditji, who came and performed a havan. He had talked to an acharya about this, and now he is acharya with Kabirji about it. As soon as he picked up the phone, he said, "See, Panditji told all the things about your house. Now tell me, since when has all this been happening?" Then Kabirji told that all this is happening since Kashish's birthday. Hearing this, he asked, "Did anyone give your daughter anything on her birthday with whom she stayed for a long time?" Hearing this, Kabirji said, "We and his friends had given him a lot on his birthday, but there's nothing of them that he stays with for long. All the clothes he's got, he's worn it once or twice. It has been put, not more than that." Then Mamta said, "Papa also got a doll on Didi's birthday. Didi lives with him a lot. She sleeps with him." Hearing this, Acharya ji said from the other side of the phone, "Ho na ho, this is the same power. Someone close to your daughter has done this very thoughtfully. She will know very well what your daughter likes and dislikes." Then she took a doll and imprisoned an evil power inside it and gave it to your daughter. And now that evil power will try to take away your daughter. The only way to avoid all of this is to burn the source of this evil power, that is that doll. As soon as the doll burns, that evil power will be freed from here and everything will be right from it. And if possible, do it today. After speaking, he hung up the phone from the other side. But Kashish's parents were very surprised that why her friends did this to her and how good her friends were on the face and think so badly for her. Everyone was thinking about this when Rakhi said that everything is fine. But who gave him that doll? Gave it? Then Sushma was silent for a while and then she said, "I think this doll must have been given to her by Dinesh. This doll is very expensive and Dinesh is the only one among us who can afford such an expensive thing. But why he did it is not understood by me." Then Kabirji said, "We will think about all this later, but for the time being, first we have to go up and burn that doll." Everyone got this right thing and then now they all started planning to get out of there. There was no other way out of that room, but there was a small window upstairs and that window opened into the kitchen. But the question was, how would anyone climb to such a top? Then they all together decided that all of them would climb one of them upwards and then he would go out of there and go into the kitchen and then open the door when he saw the opportunity. Together they decided to send Sushma upstairs and then they all somehow lifted Sushma up to the upper window. Sushma reached the kitchen and then when she started going to the door of the room, she saw that Kashish was sitting in front of the door. Kashish had a knife in his hand and at this time he looked very terrifying. Sushma had figured out what would happen to her if she tried to open the door
Or went in front of him. That's why he decided to keep a cool head for the time being. Kashish's room was upstairs and she was downstairs at the moment. In such a situation, Sushma had a good chance to burn that doll. Thinking of this, Sushma came out of the kitchen window and now she started planning to go towards Kashish's room. But here he knew going alone is not without danger, so he sought help from some people in the vicinity. Some people agreed to this and then now they all set out towards Kabirji's house. All the people entered the house through the kitchen window and surrounded Kashish. Seeing all this, Kashish put the knife on her neck and said, "Get out of here right now. Otherwise, I'm going to kill this girl." Everyone ignored this and started moving towards him. Seeing this, Kashish inserted the knife lightly on his neck, due to which some blood started coming out of his neck. Seeing this, they all stopped in their places and looked at Sushma. Sushma was a little scared of all this, as she did not want Kashish to be harmed by it. So she said, "Okay, we are all going, but just don't do anything to Kashish." Sushma and all the others started looking at each other and then the next moment Kashish's body started trembling badly. A lot of black smoke started coming out of his body. Everyone was watching all this with astonishment. No one could understand what was going on. Then Sushma said, "It is good that our plan succeeded. While we were talking to him here, one of your companions went upstairs and burnt the doll." Kashish's body was trembling badly and after suffering like this for some time, the smoke stopped coming out of her body and with this, she fainted. When she regained consciousness, she was completely normal. She remembered everything one by one and she started crying. By now, all the people had left and only the family members and Sushma were left in the house. They told him everything and asked him who gave her the doll. Granted. Then Kashish said, "I do not know because no one's name was written on all those gifts. I don't know who gave what." Hearing all this, all the people started looking at Sushma because on her birthday, Sushma had also given her a gift. Sushma then told them that she had given Kashish a blue suit and the shop from which he had bought it could show it to him. Everybody refused it. After a while, Sushma left from there. Everything was normal. Tonight, was she back to the same place or was she complete?
It wasn't the same as before because now she was speaking in the most perfect manner. Kashish, who had always laughed, now spoke in the most thoughtful manner. His behavior seemed very strange to everyone, but after some time it became completely normal for everyone. One day Kajal told Kashish that Sushma also used to laugh a lot. Then I don't know how all this happened to her, due to which she now lives in perfect manner. And now you've become like that too. You both had one thing in common, and that was between you two, I had a strange sleepwalking disorder. But now both of you are fine, and after that you both became like this. I don't know why it seems so strange. Kashish felt very strange after hearing this, and he talked to Sushma about it. Then Sushma said, yes, I was like you before, but then I don't know how all that happened to you happened to me. I also received a very expensive gift on my birthday, but I don't know who gave it to me. Because of that, I have also suffered what you have suffered. After all this, I kept the distance because I didn't want this to happen to me again, because maybe whoever did it didn't like me living like this. Hearing this, Kashish felt very strange. He didn't understand who was doing this to all of them, but it didn't come to light, because whoever he was very clever. He cleverly brought this trouble to their house, and after that became a mute spectator. It has been a year since all of them. Sushma and Kajal are very good friends right now. They don't have much friendship with anyone anymore, and they are one of them live with the other as before. But they still do not know who had sent the doll to both of them. So in what happened to Kashish, somewhere there was someone close to him who wanted to harm him. Many times some people do not tolerate the happiness of others, and they go to any extent to set fire to their happiness. And as we have come to know that both Sushma and Kashish were cheerful girls and used to respond to everything with a laugh. She was also good at studies. So somewhere their laughing too much was a problem, and he spoiled the life of a laughing girl by playing such a fierce trick. However, God somewhere supported him unknowingly, and nothing bad happened to him, and whatever power he had inside the doll was destroyed in time, nor did he harm his family members at that time. Otherwise, many times we get to know in many stories that the soul controls the body so much that it even takes someone's life. But nothing happened here, which was a very good thing. You should also keep these things in mind, that you should not take any kind of item from anyone unknowingly. In today's world, you will find fewer people who care for you and more who find evil in you. Even people are happy when the other person is sad. Hey brother, when the other person is happy, then you also find happiness in him. Where do you need to make him sad? But I don't know how today's people have corrupted their intellects, so I hope you like this story quite a lot. So friends, this was our story today. How did you like the story? Please do tell me by commenting in the comment box. And also those who haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourself and your family. I will meet you soon with a new story. Thank you.